Yeah, so I went through the whole thing. My mom filmed. They filmed me on the job site, on my job sites, with Zach. So there was a lot of with my sister. And at the end of it, like we were already back from the cast trip. I remember I got a call from Lisa Shannon, the executive producer, and the whole thing to me, I wasn't getting along with Dorinda. I mean, we really had an issue together, and I went into the producers and said I'm out. Like there were a couple times I just wanted to quit because I was like, who needs this? I have a job. Like I'm the CEO of a company. I don't need to, film 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and then, work, do my day job, and then be totally ridiculed by these women. It's just not, I don't want to do it. But I stuck it out. And I think, when Lisa called me, she was just like, listen, we both know this is not what you want to do. It's not, it doesn't feel right. And I said, yeah. And then the whole thing happened with Luann. And then Luann made sure that I was not on the show after that. So she kind of put the nail in the coffin.
Which is similar to your situation with Ramona, right?
Right.
Yeah, they have power.
Yeah, I mean, production denies it. I always see when, there's an article and production denies that the cast has any power, but they absolutely have power.
They got, Luann and Bethenny got Carol off the show. So, yeah.
And Bethenny got Jill off the show, right?
Yeah. And yeah, I was thinking of another example. And I think Carol got Aviva off the show way back.
Yeah.
So, right. It's almost like, and I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but it's almost like Luann and then Ramona wanted you there to be loyal, period. Like not for any other reason.
But I think we were both loyal, but there was no reciprocity. So they didn't feel like they had to be loyal to us.
Right.
Right. And my falling out with Ramona happened off camera, but it was her behavior was shocking. And so that was the first time that I was also willing to then film with Sonja and talk about saying Ramonaville is filled with one-way streets, because I was truly blown away how far she was willing to go when I was constantly, putting in stops for myself to not do anything to make her feel betrayed. And when you're sort of sitting there on the sidelines and you're just not being included in conversation, or you're being forced out of conversation because they'll say, you don't know, kind of a thing, or you weren't here for it, you don't know what you're talking about. Unless you're willing to act like an idiot and completely, make a scene for camera time, which I was never willing to do, nor did I want to engage in all of the fights. I would have loved to show about strong, powerful women and strong, powerful friendships, and I understand that there's natural conflict along the way. Barbara and I have already had a couple of things that we had to talk out with one another, and misunderstandings. But you know what? You talk it out,
She's very good at that. And I'm trying to be better at it. She's really, really good. She's like, let's get this worked out. Like she'll call and she'll text because sometimes I don't know why, but I feel like I don't want confrontation. So, I just kind of crawl up in a ball and I'm like, hope it goes away.
You have PTSD from the show.